Okay. Hello, we're gonna get this started. I know that there's a race happening at Baron Hero's Journey, but I didn't really feel like hopping in on that quite then. And it's already started, so I figured I'd let it get going a few minutes. I don't know. We'll be going longer than them, probably. It's fine. Let's put these objectives in. I just wanted to get this run and not have it run too late. Vessel... There's still one more week. It's not like this async's about to close, but I still would rather get it done. You... Hilton... Wyvern spot. Big spot. Burn Mist. And... Open the treasury. I don't usually see that objective. Wow. Okay, there's all of our objectives, all nicely listed. Bothers me that that actually doesn't extend to the bottom of the stream. We're gonna make it do that. There we go. Now the window extends to the bottom of the stream, and I am happy. It was so close, I'm like, I may as well extend it just a little bit. After this, who knows, I might do a harp thing, probably not. This might just be it for the stream. We might do a harp stream, we might do an async, probably just gonna call it a stream. I don't know, I feel like harp streams I have to be in a real good mood for. With like the exact right mood to just do a harp stream. No, please do keep the music on. And no. I'm just more inclined to do harp songs on my own time and get them done, and it's like, it still gets them done, I'll like show them off, but actually working on them feels boring to watch for me. I don't know. That's just from my perspective. Anyway, we have a telestart. There's a thing. Get the seed underway. Oh, I need to check. Can we turn encounters? Toggle encounters, we can. Good. That's enough information for now. We don't have a wyvern hunt objective. Cecil is guaranteed. This is also nice to know. Maybe. Cecil's a risky character. Kayn is great. Potentially. I don't think there's a world where I don't take Kayn, where I don't instant commit to Kayn here. I don't think that there's a world where I don't instantly commit to Kayn. Kayn is a very hard character to turn down on Lit 3. Especially with Telestart, I think it'd be very hard pressed to find someone who's better than Kayn. Even if permadeath is off, which it could be. I don't know. Just land here, actually. We got dark matters anyway, let's get some information. Definitely pro-loot. Doesn't feel like the max tier is very low on this one, which is good. Forum could be nice. I don't know that she's necessarily a priority, but she's definitely a nice, appreciated party member. Tella we're probably not going to be able to keep down as an anchor, which is a little annoying. Because that's kind of his best role. But most likely he's going to be our hero, which is kind of obnoxious. I don't mind getting someone who's actually functional as a hero. Tella is not that. Ordeals is going to be very interesting to get through. I don't want to bother with it. Did you have some sparse? Okay. Let's hit up the back and the front watery. Check the Kaipo bed. Important to find out which characters are even present in this seed. I also would like to know the status of C. Neki. And the status of the shops, because I forgot to check Baron. This feels like it's at least max tier 4, which is good. You know, it's not max tier 3. We are getting some tier 4 stuff out of this. Oh, I have exit. Right. I forget that. Pella has exit. Let's use it. You're supposed to be trying to go fast. Fire swords are available. What do we start with? We start with a fire sword, so there's no reason to buy a fire sword. Kane's actually got a pretty solid weapon. I'm totally fine with that start. That's a forum in the bed. Well. So far it's Telekane Porum. Those are our characters. I would like Porum to be able to join the party, but, you know, it's not the end of the world if she doesn't get to join. Yeah, let's do some Troya checks. Tier 5 items are available in boxes. This is good to know. It still might be T-Pro. Or it's still T-Pro, but and the max tier might be 5, but I know it's at least 5 now. So we're gonna hit up the public treasury here, just because I feel like it, before we head to Damsian. And the Chocobo Forest in the area. And hit up the shops, because I do want to buy some basics, since shopping is available. You know, we're just building up our repertoire of these low tier items. You know, maybe we get some armor. I'm not like holding my breath for it or anything, but you know, we're making sure that we have some things, some basics for any character that shows up. There's no way I'm going for the back 4 of Troya. That's never worth it. None of that stuff is worth buying. Dancing Dagger is maybe worth it. Okay, I can sell stuff for money. I'll take a Dancing Dagger for now. There are 2 potions, not super necessary with Tella. Definitely gonna want some Camping Cure. Having that taken care of is great. After we hit up these Chocobo Forests, I'll probably head Hobbs Antlion. Well, Damsian Hobbs Antlion. Do I want to check the hook character? Probably should. Probably worth it. Oh my gosh, it's a life potion. Quite nice. Yeah, let's do Damson into the hook character. We'll check the waterfall boss here. Since I'm raising the hovercraft to go get the hook character. Sparkle. Plague is not a boss I care about. And that's a boss where anchoring is extra important. So I am glad to see that out of there. We won't have to deal with count shenanigans. Okay? That's nice to know. Skip this pot. Not expecting anything spectacular out of Damson, but we kind of have to loot most things anyway for the dark matters, so may as well clear it out. And we got some Dragoon Gauntlets, which, you know, perfectly good armor for Kain. We'll take it. If I'm given free armor that's actually good, like, I'll use it. I'm not gonna buy that, obviously, it's way too expensive, but if I get some Dragoon stuff for free, sure, we'll use it. It'll be nice for a while. Okay. It could be a Rec 1 seed. Cecil is out there. I'm not convinced taking him is a good idea. It usually isn't on these flags, especially not knowing where Wyvern is. Let's use this to also identify where the Eblin chest is in here. I want to know where the stale men are. And we can check these shops, which would have tier 4 stuff in them. Which isn't super exciting since the max tier of the loot is higher than 4, but or is 5, but... Or we could find life pots. Yeah, I'm going to take a lot of life pots just to make sure that I don't have to worry about those. Ever. Nothing in there is super appealing. The Aegis Shields, maybe. But that's something I can absolutely come back for. Rune Axe is great. That's a pretty solid weapon upgrade for Kain. Is important. Weapons are very good. There's our box. We're not going to be able to beat that box, so we'll just reset. Now I know exactly where it is. I know that the first 3 boxes in here are empty. So we can go back and grab our life pots and the Rune Axe and carry on. Actually, I can probably sell the Fire Sword. I don't think I'm going to take Cecil. I know he's in the seed, but I don't think I'm going to take him. So we're going to go ahead and sell the Crystal Bucket. It's not useful. I think it's hard to take Cecil on Lit 3 with Vanilla Agility being such a high chance. Also, hi Armor. Don't open that chest, that's the monster. Let's clear out this Cave Eblin. I want all the loot. There's a lightsaber. That's not good enough for me to think about taking Vanilla Agility Cecil. I would need a Crystal Sword, or maybe an Excal. Like a super early Excal. Even think about it. Mostly I need to know where Wyvern is. See, this is the thing. I don't think I want to take Cecil. So we're going to want to test Permadeath. I'm going to check to see if it's Rec 1. And if it's not Rec 1, I mean, no matter what I'm resetting out of this, but this is going to tell me if it's Rec 1 or not. If it's Rec 1, I can probably take Cecil with no repercussions. If it's Rec All, there's likely going to be repercussions for taking Cecil. It's not Rec All, or it's not Rec 1. I would have gotten a pop-up there. It's important to check your edge cases. So we're going to leave Cecil there for now. I have to get through ordeals with probably Solo Tella to make him actually useful. And we're holding on to the Light Sword. We'll keep it. It's fine. I don't think I'm going to want Cecil, especially if Permadeath is off. But we can do a test encounter, so let's do that, because that just became very crucial to my decision making for the rest of this seed. Actually, Dancing Dagger for now. Tella, I have faith that he can kill encounters outside Baron. Make sure we save here. Get into an encounter. Knock Kane over. Thank you, Tella. Permadeath's on. Great. Okay, so we can take Cecil, probably, and be fine. I'm still not going to take him right now, but it's good to know that I can ditch people. That was the big thing I wanted to find out there. Now let's go up Hobbs. Let's see what characters here. So no character is permanent except potentially Tella. Tella might be a permanent party member, but Kane's pretty good. Thanks for the lurk, Aaronware. Let's... I mean, yes. Yes. I've been saying how much I want Porum in my party. I'm taking Porum. There's no way I'm not taking Porum. Like... Heck yes, give me a white mage. J-spells are on, but J-spells actually buffs Porum relative to Rosa. If you're going for white, which is not necessarily the biggest deal, but Porum is unaffected by J-spells, other than she gets a few extra spells in her spell list. I mean, realistically, it doesn't matter that much. All it means is that I probably don't want to ever take Rydia. But that's fine. Well, we'll see about making Tella get through ordeals. That's going to be interesting without any J items, essentially. Heal up, let's equip some armor that I have. Put more armor that I have. Actually, you can have the heavy armor so that Porum can have the ninja hat. Got silver rings to go around for the mages. So it started with staves. Get that upgraded. Put Kane in the middle now. On the off chance that that affects... I mean, mostly for the accuracy, but on the off chance that affects agility in a significant way. Let's clear the Antlion Cave out. All its loot. Having a higher max tier does mean that I'm going to actually have to think about like dealing with the inventory boss, but that's a very low price to pay for actually getting access to maybe tier 5 loot. I actually don't know that the max tier is 5, it's just 5 is the highest I've seen so far. So it's at least 5. Sylph changes the math on Rydia slightly. She could be useful in the early game. We do have 3 party members. We could always go for Cecil to see if he's a 4th. If I get the option to take a duplicate Porum, I think I will decline and test C-Buy. / no dupes, because I know there's a duplicate Porum in Baron Inn. And I don't feel strongly that I'll be upset if it's duplicate Porum. Oh hey look, it's vanilla. I think Kayn is going to... Yeah, Kayn's doing more damage already jumping than he would be otherwise. Porum has the ninja hat, so I'm not surprised that she's going much faster than Tella. Kayn or Tella is my anchor. One of those two, for sure. There's the Earth Crystal, so we're gonna go rate the treasury immediately. It's T-Pro, but, you know, a T-Pro treasury is still a T-Pro treasury, and it could have some pretty solid gear, knowing that the max tier is at least 5. Like, it can range up to tier 5, at least, maybe higher. I do not know if it can go higher. I haven't looted a ton of really, really high tier areas, so it's entirely reasonable that it's not higher. Or that it is higher. I don't know. But either way, we're gonna grab the treasury. I'm not gonna brush Zot, I don't think. Maybe. Kayn's got a Rune Axe. Porum's a little squishy. But Kayn's got a Rune Axe. And some armor. We've got a bunch of life potions, we're probably fine. This is also an objective. Okay. Looks like we're not breaking tier 5. Nope, there's tier 6. That's tier 7! I never gave you the Sork robe, but you can have a white shirt. You can have a Sork robe. Let's see what let's find out what our max tier is. I don't really want to speed Tella up. Let's make Kayn faster. I don't really want to do that. Actually, Kayn, first you're gonna have the Ice Brand. Start you with the Ice Brand. Because that's what we'll be up against. We do need to keep Porum alive, which is a little concerning. We're gonna save before I do anything in Zot. Yeah, there's Dark Matters, but really it's the White Spear. I am thrilled about that White Spear. That is huge. Having a White Spear is just very good. And I think we're gonna go do Zot. I don't know that there's that much up there that scares me other than a Wyvern. Or a Val. Like, there's a few bosses that could be rude, but I'm gonna gamble on it, because I want to see the characters. And have the character information. Knowing that I can take maybe both of them. Depending. It'll tell me my party size, which is very important. Ordeals is also somewhat of a priority, just to find out for sure if I am forced to have Tella in my party or not. I probably am, but it's going to be good info. I'm not going to be too devastated, though, if Tella ends up falling over, I don't think. I mean, I'd rather not lose him, but it's not the end of the world. Porum I would very much like to keep, and Kayn I would also very much like to keep. White Spear Kayn is pretty solid for the early game. Plus we found all sorts of other things for him. So we've got a Rune Axe, we've got an Ice Brand to deal with those elemental weaknesses, or those weaknesses specifically. Okay. Our goal here is that Porum doesn't die. She has a white shirt, so she actually should have decent defense. Yeah, she's fine. Porum is fine. Porum took 10 damage. Good job, Porum. Okay, that's good. That's already value out of the Tower of Zot. That's a basically freaky item check. Wonderful. We're already at... We've had a lot of these key item checks pay off so far. Like, obviously K-Trap is on. But we might have rolled a seed where K-Summon and K-Moon didn't hit. Which is entirely possible. Let's heal up. Again. Prepare for the boss. Who did I kill? I killed Asura. On Hobbs. And Antlion at Antlion. Yeah, that's all the bosses I know about right now. I should check Mist Cave out, actually, knowing that it's max tier 7 if there is a max tier. And I forgot to equip my White Spear, but that's okay, actually, at this spot. I think Dancing Dagger is actually going to be best. I could Rune Axe jump, but I don't think it's super worthwhile here. Where I kind of want the hits more than I want the damage, necessarily. We'll put out a second slow, and then we'll start worrying about healing. Ella's going to be spamming Lit 1. Because that's at least doing another couple hundred damage. This is not going to be fast. You cure 1 there. I'm gonna switch to Rune Axe now, I guess. Rune Axe will be decent damage. Oh yeah, that's worth it. Never mind. That's absolutely worth it. That damage increase is so good. But we've done enough hits now that I'm not feeling, like, pressured. Pour him if you can hit, great. If not, whatever. Yeah, Kayn with Rune Axe, go burr. Stella, help out a little bit with Lit 1s because you can. There's nothing else for you to do. This is a fairly easy boss. And it's worth a good amount of experience, so I'm quite happy to have that on Kayn and Forum, especially. They need it. I think Kayn is the anchor. I'm not entirely sure, but I think Kayn is anchoring, so I think we do have vanilla agility. Or it's just not Sea Hero. I don't think Tella is anchoring here. I think the Octoman was going too slowly for that. We'll actually know for sure when I go into the next fight. Do I want to worry about testing for vanilla agility, though? Guess I could. Goodbye, Octoman. Give me some levels. Forum can Berserk now. That's good. I have opened the Troya Treasury. We can mark that off. Done. Now for the grand reveal. Can I take all these party members? I think it's vanilla agility, so Cecil's not actually great. Here. We're gonna take him for the sake of testing, like my party size, but I'm not convinced that Cecil's a winner right now. Depending on this boss. This boss could be a relatively easy boss and we're fine. Or it could be nasty and not great. It's not Sea Hero. It's not Sea Hero. That confirms it. It is not Sea Hero. So I have to keep Tella alive if I want him in my party. I think it's party 4. Yeah, it's party 4. Because that was a different Tela name. That was a different Tela name, so it's a different Tela. Dupes are allowed. But it's Party 4. I haven't seen any other distinct characters. We'll try and keep Cecil around. With Berserk, actually, I think I'm gonna pull Kane into the front row here. It's not C-Hero, so it's either Cecil's my anchor or the middle slot is my anchor. Probably Cecil is my anchor, which is not great. And we may end up having to ditch him. But knowing it's permadeath makes it easier to do that. I need to equip my White Spear. So you go for a slow. You don't do anything, because you're useless. That's not great. You need to go for Blink on yourself. That's bad. You swap to the White Spear. Keep slowing it down. Blink. I think Cecil's my anchor. I think based on this turn order, I should really heal us up. I think that's more important right now. Cecil, get up. Blink Cecil. Forum's got good armor, so she's fine. Go Kane, go. Get the parry bonus. Maybe. It doesn't feel like it's a parry bonus. Cecil, get out of here. Your turns are garbage. We want to keep everyone healed. That is important now. We want to make sure everyone is healed up to max. Cecil, you are kind of useless. I don't know that Cecil survives the explode here. I don't think Cecil's gonna survive. I'm hoping Porum does. It's very risky though. I'm not convinced that she does. Yeah, Porum does not survive. I was kind of worried about that. Porum, get up. Porum is much more important. I don't love this. We need to revive first. Okay, Kane is not taking much damage. That's good. Tela's fine. Good. Need to revive Cecil if we want him to make it out of this Zot. That's a great punch target. Absolutely hit Kane, whatever. Cecil's up, and we're out. Okay, no one died to permadeath. Octo and Mombomb are gone. We have collected Cecil. That objective is done. It is Party 4, I believe. I think dupes are on. I'm pretty sure that Tela was a different name. We're gonna do our deals next, though, and we'll see. I could do Baron In, but that's a backup Porum. Actually, we should check Mysidia to see if C-Buy is on, because the dupe Tela should be there. Okay. Zot was worthless, but that's okay. We did it. It's done. Like, Baron In would make sense from a routing perspective, but there's too much information on in Mysidia Ordeals, and I know now that Ordeals, that it's not C-Hero, which makes Ordeals a much more viable play. Because I don't have to do the changing room fight with Tela only. I don't think I need any of that. I do think it's vanilla agility. It's not ideal. Cecil's not really contributing a lot to this team at this point, and he won't really be for a while. Okay, it is C-Buy. If dupes are off, or indeed off, or on, like I think they are, it is C-Buy. So I do maybe want to be a little careful. Baron In has a backup Porum. I don't need that many. There's also a backup Porum in the Kaipo bed if I get the Sand Ruby though, so I'm not that worried about that. We definitely want to keep Porum and Kain around. At the bare minimum, Porum and Kain need to stick around. Tella's we may as well hold on to. There's no harm in holding on to Tella. Not what I wanted. But, Cecil, there's pros and cons. If we see Wyvern early on, it could be useful to hold on to Cecil. Or at a place where I don't care that Wyvern is there, Cecil could be very good to hold on to for the late game. Because I'm not that worried about vanilla agility for most things. It's really just Wyvern and Plague, who's already gone, and a few boss spots that are a little concerning. But if they become a real problem, I can ditch Cecil at any time. Cecil doesn't have to stay in my party. So knowing it's vanilla agility, I can safely give you a ninja hat if I wanted to, but I think Kain having the ninja hat's better. I still don't want to give fire armor because fire armor gives a weakness to fire, and that's not good. I do not like elemental weaknesses. I'd rather not have the defense. Yeah, you are pretty much as best equipped as I can have you equipped, Porum. Let's see who's on ordeals. Some guards. We have a way to deal with this. It's called Runax Kain. Yeah, we have a way to deal with this. Okay, you sized Porum, that's fine. I was like, as long as you don't size Kain, we're okay. I've got heal pots. We'll just chuck a heal pot at her. Make sure that she's not small. Goodbye. Yeah. Take the level ups. I want to get through Ordeal so that Cecil can become a paladin as soon as possible. Because Dark Knight... I'm gonna have a Cecil. Dark Knight Cecil is not the way I want to go. This is actually good. This is strangely good. Okay. Now it becomes life spots, Pam. The fight. Let's swap to your mute. Let's get your white spear back. This is actually really good news. Because Wyvern isn't somewhere else. I'm anticipating the life here. I'm gonna need to revive someone. But I think mostly we can keep up with the nukes here. Okay. Losing Tella would be bad, but not the end of the world. I'm still gonna reset over losing Tella, because I think we can do that without losing anyone. Did I was dumb. I was dumb and didn't save. Great. Well, I didn't save. Show me. We're gonna save after this fight this time. I don't need to heal, but saving will be good. These Baron guards are still very easy, and I love seeing them out of the way early as well, because it's probably not free. Bosses are probably not free, and Baron guards can be very nasty. Let's save this time. And I'm gonna equip my white spear in advance. We want to queue a jump immediately. We got a slow cast off. That's actually helpful. Never mind, that's not good. That's not good. I don't have to get the slow cast off, but I need the jump more. The jump is way more important. Because the jump means that I actually get to survive. And I'll have time to spam out life pots and get everyone back up. Jump is risky. I think I'll go for swings now that we're getting close. Okay, Kane took the nuke, that's fine. I mean, it's not fine, it's less than ideal, but... Take a swing, Cecil, just for the sake of it. Let's try and round that up to 1,000. Kane doesn't not get a turn. Unfortunate. We need pour him alive, but I don't think a single swing from Kane here will kill. Yeah. You still have the Rune Axe equipped. Kane. Gosh dang it. Thought that was a Rune Axe swing. You do have a Rune Axe. Gosh dang it, Kane. No, we need you alive. Then I'm gonna Berserk Kane. Because I think Berserk Kane will win. We're gonna get a wall. Kane will swing. Wyvern is dead. No one in my team died. Wyvern is out of the boss pool, which is huge. Because that is a soft lock at the wrong spot. That boss is just a soft lock at the wrong spot. So, we will not be soft locked by Wyvern. That is also extremely rude that that's gating your Paladin, Cecil. This is not C Hero. We verified that by finding a duplicate Tella in the Tower of Zot. If it was C Hero, we would not be able to get a duplicate Tella. Pan is great. Cecil, let's get you online. I do have a lightsaber at least. And Eblin Castle is Eblin Castle. Blue robe here, not that concerned. We'll get to find out if the bosses are free or not. Cecil should be able to kill with a lightsaber swing here. Is the thought. Back row glitch is off, so that doesn't matter. I think Cecil can kill with a lightsaber swing. Actually, just for testing purposes, I'm gonna not swing with Cecil. Not free bosses. The bosses are not free. Confirmed. Because if they were free, Kane would not have killed. I didn't trust Cecil to do 300 damage at level 1. Dupes are indeed on, so it is party 4. By the way, as well. And it is permajoin, so if I want to replace anyone in this party, I have to knock them down in a fight first. So I do have to keep that in mind. If I see someone I really want, I can always go back and like reset, but knowing Wyvern is off the table, this is a really solid party. Minus Tella. We might ditch Tella. I anticipate maybe getting rid of Tella. Tella might have an accident. We'll just leave it at that. I think Tella might have an accident. There's no reason to have him have an accident yet, though, because I haven't seen anyone else I want more. I think I still would rather have Tella than, like, second Porum, for example, which is my other option. Speaking of which, let's just do Baron in. Cecil, do I have any armor for you? I have a samurai hat. You have a samurai hat. And we're not berserking you right now, so we'll give you the crystal armor. Cecil will be very tanky. Yeah, that's fine. Tella will be fine. I don't feel a need to get this Porum, though. I don't really think a second Porum is that useful for this party. I think one is enough. I think I'd rather have the ability to use black magic. Leviathan is gone. Could be a rude boss at some locations, but not that scary generally, so not the best boss to see out of the pool. The dolls here make me glad I have Tella. We're just gonna use that as an item to knock one of the back ones out. You do some damage to a back doll. Yeah, Ice 3 them. Just Ice 3. I don't trust Virus. Not quite. That's not the one I wanted to target, but that's okay. Slow the dolls down. This white is going to completely annihilate that doll. Let's reduce the number of targets that Tella has to split his spell from between. Let's damage a front doll. Yeah, knock one of the front dolls out, just, again, reduce the damage split. That's the goal here. And that's enough to wipe out the rest of the dolls. I did not want to deal with the big doll. Just, especially at a no experience spot, that's such a hassle. Oh boy, we could get a character. I guess I will chase this. We should turn my rat tail in after this, and then I think I'm going to Eblin Castle. I know K-Trap's on. And I do want the experience and stuff. Do I defend Fabul before going underground? I don't think so, actually. I think I'll wait on Fabul. Baron Castle's not super scary, especially with Wyvern off the table. Don't need those. We've got good weapons. Don't need those. Armor is too expensive. We'll grab these two chests. Two chests, though. I'll rob the store for the dark matter. Sure. Maybe I should go to Silvera at some point. There's probably no J items, so I'm probably good on supplies. Vorfax is nice to have for agility purposes, because I'm almost certain Cecil's my anchor. There's a chance that Kane's my anchor right now, but not permanently. Whoever's in the middle is my anchor. But it's not like we're gonna get cursed rings, so whatever. Doesn't really matter. But yeah, with Wyvern out of the way, most of the soft locks are gone, which is very good. I can probably keep Porum and Tella up to speed enough to get through anything else. It is Eno XP. I did not test for E Can't Run, but it's Eno XP, which really takes away most of the value of fighting things. Now the trouble with Baron is that I have to reset quite a ways back if I want to take this character. Honestly, I don't know that there's that many characters that would be worth it. Edge, maybe. Usoya, Alum, Rosa, I don't know. No. Yeah, we're not doing much damage here. So yeah. I was gonna get the Ice 3 off. Goodbye, elements. Be gone. That is the elements, which we did need to fight. Great, one objective down. We do have a Val fight at some point, but I'm not that worried about that with Kayn. Like, we have a team that can handle Val. The real question is... Well, this is Evil Wall, that's fine. Evil Wall's not that scary here. This is a scary magic spot, but Evil Wall is not a magic-using boss, so we're okay. I mean, technically it uses... Okay, technically it uses stone if you cast things at it, but we're not gonna cast things at it. We're just gonna let Kayn go burr. And the punches are not strong enough to matter. Cecil can't be berserked because he's in crystal armor right now. But that's a trade-off I'm willing to take at this point since he's not my main damage dealer. Great, Evil Wall is done. Okay, wonderful. More experience, which is nice. Mostly for Cecil, get Cecil caught up a bit. Aurum learned Blink, that's really good. I am not going to reset to get this character. I do not care. I do not care about Edward. He is using up one of the character slots in the seed though, because there's a pretty decent chance that we're not going to see every character. So whatever. That makes me feel a little bit better about this party. Like, sure, Edward might be marginally more useful than Tella later on, but for now Tella's utility is really good. I could see an argument for second Porum though over Tella. Especially with that. I'm gonna leave the white shirt on for now, I think. But that's really good to know that we have. We have that sitting around whenever we need to use it. Already at 19 dark matters. Let's check this basement boss, just see who it is. We might kill it if it's easy. And then... Oh, I need to loot. Well, I don't need to loot. I'll loot on the way out if I need to. I don't want to do that. Well, otherwise I'm fine to leave these chests alone for now. I'm only really looting until I get to 30 dark matters, and then the loot stops, other than trap chests. That's not easy. We'll leave Baigen alone there. But we don't need to deal with Baigen right now. That's fine. Let's check Mist Cave, we'll check the Rat Tail, we'll check Eblin Castle and Eblin Cave chests, and work our way down the hook route. I'm going to ignore Fabul Defense, because we have the pan in hand, and there's a decent chance it's Force Hook. Well, I suppose I will fight you. I suppose we may as well. I suppose you're worthwhile. Demist is a good thing to find. For sure. Not necessarily required, but it's nice to know that that's not a boss hunt out there, you know, with all of our other boss hunts that we have. Time to be sad that there's no yellow. I miss yellow. Yellow is good. I don't like most of the flash effects, but yellow is quality. Yellow is quality, I do miss it. Oh well, I understand people didn't like it, and it's fine. I'm not gonna complain too much. Thanks, Demist! I killed a Demist! For an Ether 2. Wonderful. Well, It's a check that's done now. Grab my hovercraft, go turn in my rat tail. I think it's probably worthwhile. The pink tail is probably not going to be worth turning in. I mean, I might turn it in if I get it, and I'm, you know, flying around and thinking about it, but... Pink tail is a 1 in 10 chance of being an adamant. Otherwise, there'll be anything else. Like, yeah, I guess there's a number of things I could want, like an Avenger or a Crystal Sword or an X-Cal or any of those things for now. Great, a package. Package is interesting. It is an objective, but I'm not sure I want to do it right now because it cuts me off from typo until I do it. We'll put that down. We'll check the package. At least scum it. I do want Palom. I do. This is an objective, which means I'm okay with taking this, and we'll just, Tella is gonna have his accident now, I think. I'm so sorry, Tella. But I think you're gonna have a little accident. Palom is so good. I think Palom is going to be more useful than Tella. He's just quite a bit better. We do need to take off of all of Tella's gear, so that we don't lose that. Yeah, Tella's gonna have an unfortunate accident in the Baron Inn, or in the Kaipo Inn, I think. It's just the way things work. I'm sorry, Tella. This is a better character. I would much rather have eat both of the twins. Like, Palom is just the premier black mage. The only consideration is that Porom takes forever to learn float. But she's kind of already well on her way to learning it, so I'm okay with this. Tella? I would like to keep this. I would like to keep this stuff that you have on. It's quite useful. I don't want to lose that. Because when you lose someone to permadeath, they take their stuff with them. There's no stripping bodies. I don't know why. It's fine. We're just gonna take all of Tella's stuff off before we do this, before he has his accident. So we can keep our Sorcerer Robe and our Change Rod and all that good stuff. I definitely don't want to lose a Sorcerer Robe. Like, best in slot shirt, basically, other than the Adamant Armor. Also, this is required, by the way. This is also just hard required. Good night, Tella. Goodbye, Val. We have Burned Mist, we have defeated Valvalis. Alan, welcome to our party. You can absolutely join permanently. That was the whole point of this. Hallam, get in the back row. I would like you to be safe, please. I really don't want Palom to die. Oh, Palom. You came with a change rod. I guess I didn't need to steal that one. That's okay. Here's your other gear. You enjoy that. That That will keep you a little bit safer. Probably not safe from things in Eblin, but we might actually... Well, for Eblin Castle, I think I might pivot to... Yeah, I think we're going to pivot to keep Cecil in the back row. We're going to use Palom as an anchor. No, Kane, you stay in the front row. Porum, get in the back row. Cecil's going to be covering here. And we're going to use Kane as our DPS. And that'll be good. There should be a decent amount of loot in here. Some decent stuff. We'll see what's in here. Maybe equip it. Black Cat Lamia is not exactly what I wanted to see. You just protect it, Alan. I don't know if that works, but we'll revive Palom. Let's blink you. Palom is covered right now, so he's safe. Actually, I don't need to cover Palom manually anymore. Palom's at low HP, and I'm not going to heal him. I'm going to Berserk you. Porum should be pretty tanky, so I'm probably just going to give... yeah, I'm going to give Kane the cover, because Porum is so tanky. That could be a problem. I'm hoping it's not. It won't be. Palom is too slow. Wonderful. Palom, here's some levels. Have some spells. Let's level everyone else up a little bit as well. That's a nice sword for Edge. I don't care. I might trade Palom for an Edge, but... Actually, do I want to take second Cecil? I don't think I do unless I get a Holy Sword here. I don't think second Cecil is a good option unless I get a Holy Sword. Like a real big ticket Holy Sword. I think otherwise we're going to stick with Palom. Although it is tempting to pick up a second Cecil and just have him Dwarfax my way through the hook route. Like Dwarfax Anchor. I don't know. I don't know how important Dwarfax anchoring is. I really do want Quake. Those Zeus Gauntlets are wonderful. Kane, you can have those for now. Cecil get more tanky. Let's give Palom some extra defense. Once again, we're going to cover. Oh, Palom doesn't need to be covered. Palom is fine. Blink yourself, then. Palom's got a rune ring. Right. Okay, you're fine now. Yeah, if I get a Holy Sword here, I think it's worth taking the Cecil. Or taking the second Cecil. The question is, who do I ditch for him? And it's gonna probably have to be Palom or Kane. I mean, if I'm gonna commit to one Cecil, I may as well commit to two. Cecils are very good. It just makes it harder to pivot away from Cecils, but I think that's okay. I think I'm willing to commit to a Cecil. Permanently. But I'm not getting a Holy Sword here, which is a little annoying. It's not even worth equipping that white shirt. You're already covered, so we'll leave that. You at low HP. We'll heal everyone else up. But Porum's in cover range, so I'm not gonna heal her. I have an Ogre Axe, right? Yes, good. Do that. Crystal Armor is wonderful. You bluff once, and then we'll, fire 2 with you. Should blink Palom here, actually. Yeah, goodbye, Stale Man. That's not great. These curses are not great. Fire 2 on all 3. They are weak to fire. Yikes, Kane. He's alive, but not by a lot. Go, Fire, go. Thank you, Fire 2. Palom's up to Virus. Palom is getting very useful through doing this. And yeah, I'm not getting Holy Swords, so... I'm going to say that we're going to stick with this party and not go for second Cecil. Yeah. It pains me, but I don't think second Cecil is the play. At least not yet. We're getting through the hook route, he's absolutely not the play. We don't have a good enough weapon. I just don't think taking a second Cecil is worth it with the current loadout that we have for him. If we had better gear, maybe. But not like this. We need your Ogre Axe back on. And we're going to keep going with cover strats for now. No, I want to sell at the armor shop. Yeah, armor shop had stuff I wanted. Get rid of that. Eight bow is not going to be used. I don't think the silver ring is ever going to get used. I'll keep one of the silver rings around. We're not going to use the Samurai Shield because I'm about to buy Aegis Shields here, which are just purely better. There's no way I'm using the long sword. The middle sword. Dancing dagger I think is garbage at this point. Get out of here, Whistle. No way I take a yawn. There? No. I think those are worth it. And... no, I think the wizards... I think we'll be fine on the hats. But I think the shields for the Cecil and Kane are absolutely worth it. Yeah. Best shield in the game on both of them. That will feel really nice. Do I want to heal anyone? I guess I kind of have to heal you. Yeah. So Cecil, we'll have you manually cover Palom. If you can get a chance. Cecil's gonna keep taking 1 damage per hit. Cecil's wonderful. Goodbye, Staleman. Palom will be fine against the Mad Ogres, I'm not scared of them. That changes some math a little bit. Okay. That changes the math on this. Because now I think I want to ditch Kane. I think I'm willing to ditch Kane now. We're gonna keep his gear. I'm gonna get to the save point first, before I make the decision, but I think I'm willing to take second Cecil now. Because the odds of getting a second Holy Sword are pretty good. There is an Excal in the key item pool, guaranteed. Plus, you know, a lot of the later game key item check can be just really good. But yeah, I think I take second Cecil here. To act as an anchor for the hook route. And then we start powering him up. And he can be cover Cecil. We can have cover Cecil and burr Cecil. This is slightly awkward. I kind of need Kane to die. Yeah, I kind of need Kane to die first. Palom is fine. He'll be fine. I'm sorry, Kane. I really am. But I do think that second Cecil is just correct. Yeah. Oh, I need to turn encounters off. Okay, can't run. He is in fact on. This is bad because Cecil has no, or Palom has no MP. So we're gonna need to heal. And just power through this with Cecil. Yeah, I forgot to turn encounters off. That's on me. Yeah, we're gonna betray Kane. Second Cecil is going to be better. Get in the front row. Palom, you are useless here. This is the let Cecil kill things show, because I haven't healed up. We're gonna probably take a tent, actually, before I go into the Mad Ogres. Because I'm slightly concerned about Porum's MP. No, she's got 40. She'll be fine. I don't need to cast Stop in that fight at all anyway, so we'll be fine. Plus, I think I still have the Crystal Armor on my first Cecil. On my Cecil. So, yeah, let's just get through this, turn our encounters off. You don't need encounters on anymore. Give me this dupe Cecil. I would like second Cecil, please. Second Cecil is wonderful. He won't have a great weapon for now. We'll probably find a second weapon for him, though. The odds are pretty good. And even if he doesn't have a good weapon, he can be our cover Cecil. Well, our primary Cecil does Crystal Sword damage. You know, I like having multiple Cecils. Multiple Cecils is good. Yes, he can join permanently. You. Ninja. We'll go Samurai. I guess. Zeus. You. Lightsaber. Aegis Shield. Samurai. Crystal. Dragoon. Swap spots. Actually, you also go here. And yeah, let's Dwarf Axe you. I don't think it'll matter. No, we should give you the Ogre Axe. Actually, for the Mad Ogres. I will save. At least we shouldn't need to heal. Well, maybe. We'll be fine. I think. I don't think our Cecils can take any damage from the Mad Ogres with Aegis Shields. Palam's safe from the Rune Ring. Porum is the only one who's at any risk at all, and I can manually cover her. So if Vanilla Agility's on, actually no matter what, our middle Cecil is our anchor right now. Because with Vanilla Agility, it takes the highest priority Cecil in the party. So new Cecil is functioning as an anchor right now. Well, old Cecil has a Crystal Sword, and won't have to be an anchor and can just swing his Crystal Sword to his heart's content and go as fast as he wants. It's great! Having two Cecils on Vanilla Agility is wonderful. You cover Porum just in case. Palam will be fine. Palam is perfectly safe. Palam has no MP, so he's just going to stand here, but you do that. You make Crystal Sword Cecil go burr. Or rather, Ogre X Cecil. Make our Zerker Cecil go burr. And now we wait. The rest of this fight is waiting. We can't back row. Unfortunately, back row glitch is off, so we don't get back row. That's fine. Goodbye. Down to just 2 ogres. Oh no, they're doing 1 damage a pop. I'm so scared. And we're done. What an easy fight. Let's get our new Cecil some levels. He won't be functioning as well as an anchor anymore, but Palam gets Quake from that, which is also very good. And we get to upgrade his hat. Yeah, you have 10 agility now, 12, 21, and 19. That'll be fine. That'll have to be fine. I mean, we do still have a pretty decent cover Cecil. Alright, we did pick up a pass from a chest earlier, and one there. We'll go ahead and use our tent. Let me mark that we have the pass. I know Maga Sisters are at the 2nd spot, which is going to be very good because Palam has Quake, and also we have Rune Axes to go around. And I think the Rune Axe is going to be more worthwhile to have equipped than the Aegis Shield. For the Maga Sisters, the punches are not that scary. It's a gauntlet! Oh boy! Well, this is actually fine. This is fine. Well, this is still fine. I'm actually kind of happy that happened on this fight and not like Green Dragon or something. Yeah, I forgot. You need to have your Crystal Sword equipped. That's important. Your Crystal Sword makes you good. We are going to get some levels off of this, which is a little annoying, but whatever. Just for anchoring purposes. Not really, doesn't really matter for other reasons. You go ahead and use a Quake. That's fine. Oh no, Porum took 30 damage, whatever will I do? Just try it, just take out those two before they cause problems. Goodbye, Mad Ogre. Still getting levels on our Anchor Cecil, but everyone else is getting levels too, so it's okay. Take the Cure 2, why not? Let's Berserk. I don't know. Probably don't think it's worth having you cover someone right now. You go for a virus, because these are flying. I'm so scared we're taking so much damage, oh no. Yeah, Virus is strong enough to wipe out 2 of them. Anchor Cecil learned Exit. Neat. Okay, Porum can have Shell. That's fine. This is extra experience, I guess. I shouldn't complain too much. We should be fine to just Berserk here. Or Quake. Or Quake. Probably a little bit of both. Anchor Cecil, could you just throw a Cure 2 at Palin? I don't really care if that fires, but it would be nice if it did. Thank you, Anchor Cecil. Blade Men are weak to Holy, so this bodes very badly for them. But also Palom has Quake. I'm so glad I kept Palom around. I really do like having a Black Mage around. Even if it's not necessarily optimal for the Z fight, just having that one Black Mage can be very nice. And Crystal Sword Cecil doesn't even let that egg hatch. Wonderful. Thank you, Crystal Sword Cecil. Oh, I just realized our Cecils are named like one of them got a K and one of them got a D. Our K Cecil is our killing Cecil, and our D Cecil is our defense Cecil. Perfect. Definitely planned that way. Don't need to heal. We should be fine. Magus Sisters are not spooky. Let's actually swap our mages. And I'm gonna preemptively Rune Axe you. Because the Rune Axe will be better against the Magus Sisters. We're gonna go in with the Anchoring, I think. And then, if we can, we'll swap our other Cecil to Rune Axe, because he can still hit from the back row, I guess. Your job is Berserk. Berserk that Cecil. Oh no, you did 1 damage. Quake time. That hurts a bit. But Porum is mostly going to be on healing duty after this, so that's okay. Actually, you can hold... Yeah, let's have you hold this, actually, and heal Porum. We're using the Crystal Sword as a stat stick for Cecil's white magic. Is this necessarily the priority? No. Does it amuse me? Yes, so we're doing it. Now Cecil can heal 500 hit points. Like... He's a real good healer now. We're just gonna attack with him. Like, he can take swings. I don't mind. He's a Crystal Sword Cecil. He's still gonna be decent, even if he's in the back row and suffering that penalty. Palom's got a wall up, so I'm going to reflect a slow off of it. But it doesn't matter because Cindy is dead. Amazing. Let's keep getting some levels. Magus Sisters were really easy. And we're underground. It is an hour and 20 minutes in, but to be fair, I kind of had to loot the entire overworld and also do all the trap chests, and we had Zot and Baron to do, so I really don't feel like this is that bad. Let's just make sure our weapons are correct and get that Aegis Shield back on, because I do want that. I think I go for Dwarf. I don't think there's any party changes I'm going to do. I think this is basically my party for the rest of the seed, and I am okay with that. Like, I don't think there's a good reason to change my party at this point. I don't know. I just don't know that there's a character I take over anyone in this party. Maybe an Edge. Maybe. We do have a decent weapon situation for Edge, if he shows up. That's like the only holdout, I think, at this point. But I think, like, Porum has passed Rosa at this point in terms of utility. Like, we've gotten enough levels on her that she'll be fine as our white mage, and Palom is great for trap chests. So I want to keep him around. So yeah, I think I'm totally fine to start ditching, or to just start blazing through character checks and just keep people alive. Yeah, I'm not worried about healing up for Dwarf. We'll be fine. I'm not even gonna, like, anchor. Actually, I'm gonna put you in the front row, so you can hit a little harder. I know I can't Zerk you, but let's make you at least somewhat useful. I don't even think I need to shop here. I don't think there's anything I'm looking for, really. This is Dark Imps. His elements are gone. Yeah, these bosses, the bosses that are left are not that bad. We've done the Gauntlet. Gauntlet is gone. DKC is the big thing that could be dangerous, but it's not like... Yeah, it's not that bad, really. We'll be able to get through it, I think. Depending on the spot. It could be at a really bad spot, but otherwise we're fine. I'm leaving my middle slot open, which is not necessarily great, but it's okay. That's our less armored Cecil, so I'm not super worried about it. Got our defensiveness. Heal up a little bit. Can't berserk the other Cecil, so we may as well just heal. Or Palom will just wipe everything out with Quake, because Palom has Quake, and Quake is great. No more Dark Imps, there's qqiu4w and Warp, not that Warp Glitch is on. Keep leveling up our Cecils. Let's make them better. Sparkle, this could be our D-Lunars. Or Pale Dame, I mean, that I want to find. There's no way Sid's joining the party. Like, no. Oh my god. That was never an option. Okay, we're all gonna survive, and that's what's important here. I don't think Ogo's gonna get another turn. Well, maybe. Actually. Yeah, we need to qqiu4w. Let's qqiu4w up. I don't think Ogo will last long enough here to be a real threat. Maybe it will. No. Our Cecils are strong enough to knock him down. Great. Take the levels. Dwarf is done. Ogopogo is out of the pool, which is also very nice. Ogo can be real nasty. We're gotten a lot of nasty things out of the pool, actually. Like, Mom Bomb was disgusting. But otherwise, none of these bosses have been that bad. And we've taken quite a few big ones out of the pool that could be really bad. Bahamut is potentially concerning at a couple spots. I'm trying to think what else. Golbez, maybe? More Zeus Gauntlets is good, actually. We'll probably throw those on our other Cecil. Get him some strength going. I'm starting to pivot him towards, Dark Matters. We're 23. Yeah, we should probably loot this. Starting to try and pivot, Lightsaber Cecil towards Zerking, because he's going to need to, eventually. So we might be able to still use him for cover for a little bit. Pretty effectively. But I do want to start equipping him towards that direction, I think. Just to make sure just to make him a little bit more all-around decent. Great. Dark Matters, lovely. Don't care about tier 4 equipment. We're past that. I mean, maybe a rune ring, but I don't think there's anything else I would buy other than rune rings, and I'm not desperate for a rune ring for Porum. It would be nice, but it is not crucial to Porum's survivability. She's already got a white shirt. He's probably fine. Alright, everyone knows exit. Except Palom. We could have had 4 exit casters. Which just amuses me. I don't even think I go to Tomra. I think we go straight to the Fey March. This is for the warriors, which means you're coming into the back row. Yeah, this is going to be for warriors and for the freebie, not for the bosses necessarily. Maybe I'll take a boss on if it's not hard, but... Slightly disappointed by Porum's healing with the white shirt. It's not very good. Like, she really needs more willpower. Needs a good staff, I think. I don't know, healing for only 600 just feels less than ideal. I'm like, it's almost better to just use Crystal Sword Cecil. Yeah, you take a swing so that you don't... let's Berserk you. They can't even hit him. It's great. He's not going to hit very hard, but that's okay. One of them did a little bit of damage. Oh no. Okay, Crystal Sword Cecil go burr. And Quake is already queued. Boom. Quake destroys all of them. Wonderful. I'll take the level ups. Here's some level 3 spells for Palom. Good. This is an upgrade for Porum. We absolutely take it. I do want to keep the Ice Brand because we haven't seen Ruby yet. I'm going to start throwing away some of these other random weapons that are not going to be useful. Like things that we're absolutely never going to use. Actually, there's black armor away. Like there's no way I use those things. Like I'm not going to take Rydia, so I don't really care. Luka Key is interesting. We probably want to check that pretty soon. See how bad the damage is there. So I'll probably do that before I go back to the overworld. You're not selling anything worth equipping. We'll check the armor shop, or the weapon shop, just in case they have a staff that's decent, but I don't think any of the good staffs are going to be available. I think they're all tier 5. Which means I could loot them out of a box, but I can't buy them. I don't know, shopping just feels sad. I guess we'll take 20 cabins and 20 cure 3s. Those are useful. Don't think there's much point in doing anything else here. We'll peek these bosses. We do have cover strats set up. I want to do that. I don't have wall for Golbez, otherwise I would do Golbez right now. And I don't have... And Kaipo guards are kind of annoying. But yeah, we're not going to do that. Either of those fights yet. We're going to walk our way out because there's still boxes to open. I'm not at full dark matter count. Well, I probably don't need to open these boxes. We probably have looted enough early on. Or enough stuff that the trap chest areas will be good enough. Although the strength ring is nice. You've got Zeus, you've got Dragoon. Oh wait, we have a Zeus gauntlet. Never mind. The strength ring's useless. Ignore me. That strength ring is completely useless. Yeah, with the crystal ring, I'm not even looking for a rune ring now, so... Yeah, let's just check this. Do I wanna? I really don't, actually. Doors are probably on. Let's check if doors are on, actually. If doors are off, I may push through. If doors are on, we're not doing the sealed cave until very late. Not last option possible, but very late. Like, we'll just do Pan, Fabul, then probably Power. Yeah, I don't want to deal with doors right now. That's just me. I don't want to deal with doors. Let's do Pan checks, into Fabul defense, into Tower. That seems like a solid route for our next few things to do. We might do Sealed Cave later. Sealed Cave is one of those places where anchoring can be a problem, but generally it'll get more fine with levels, especially since we're not dealing with Wyvern. Wyvern at Sealed Cave is a real problem. Not anything else at this point that could be at Sealed Cave is a... This could be spooky, but it's not a real problem. It's not, like, devastatingly bad. Plus that ribbon will be very nice. I might actually throw that on Porum. I don't know. I kind of like the +8 agility from the Ninja Hat and the Crystal Ring on her. It's very nice. Making Porum go fast is good. Yeah, we'll do this first. Never did this check, but let's get it done now. Wasn't gonna skip it forever. Just didn't feel a need to do it before. And then we can do the Sheila checks, get those turned in. It's Ruby, that's nice to know. Well, my Ice Brand is officially useless now. Well, not useless. It could be useful against Kinazo, but I don't think it's worth it against Kinazo. The only reason I was holding onto the Ice Brand was in case I had to fight Ruby at an annoyingly high HP spot, but Ruby showed up at Fabul, so Ice Brand is dead to me. Fabul defense, of course, was useless. But whatever. I don't think I would have cared about the Blizzard Spear. We had a White Spear. And again, the only boss that it really would have mattered against, you would have had to fight for the Blizzard Spear, so really didn't matter. Tower Key, great. Love to see that before I go to the tower. And the Sand Ruby, which is a backup Porum in case my Porum goes down. I don't want to have to use that, but it's a thing. Okay, so clearly our next stop is the tower. I actually don't know that I want Porum to have this much agility. So yeah, we'll give you the ribbon. I think I want Porum to be slightly slower just for the sake of the tower. I want Cecil going first. But yeah, let's go clear the whole tower with Tower Key. We do have 9 key items, which is pretty good. Probably about done with Dark Matters at this point. Porum, please stop taking turns before Cecil. Probably just need to make move this other Cecil to the front row. There's the Adamant Rock, that's very important. We did need that. So good to have that out of the way. Now Forge isn't going to give me anything, but it will at least, you know, it is an objective and it does open up a shop that could be potentially useful. Because that shop goes up to tier 6, even on these settings. Hey, yep, you're gone. Cat Claw, don't care. Useless. I do want this actually. Let's get rid of... Yeah, I'm gonna start getting rid of some edge gear. Nothing that's like super good, but I don't think I need Ogre Axes anymore. Cat Claws are garbage. Garbage. Definitely garbage. It is my turn now. We have a very powerful party. Honestly, I'm not sure what can stop this party since Wyvern is out of the way. Anchoring doesn't really matter that much, and I have 2 Cecils. One of them has a Crystal Sword. It's going to be very hard to stop this party. Aurum is too fast. She doesn't even have a Heroine robe on. Yeah, I know. For some reason they seed allowed dupes, and there were 2 Cecils on the overworld. They were both restricted, to be fair. One of them was on the hook route and one of them was in Zot. But that's an officially best in slot Cecil across the board. I'm gonna treat Ninja Hat as functionally equivalent to Bandana Headband. That's Crystal Sword, Power Sword, Zeus Gauntlets on a Cecil with an Aegis Shield, so he is set. I should never have to change that Cecil's equipment again. Assuming Adamant Armors are unavailable. Which I think they are. Aurum, stop taking turns. I mean, I do want you in that slot in general, but, like, not right now. Okay. Let's take your Crystal Armor off. I don't really want you to have that on anymore. I think you've earned enough strength that you can actually do damage, Lightsaber Cecil. He only has a lightsaber. I know it's tragic, but I think I think I'm still okay with evaluating him as more valuable than White Spear Cane. Oh, hi CPU. This is fine. Aurum, just don't. Oh my goodness, free enterprise! Welcome! Welcome, friends from Free Enterprise. We're here doing the Tricker's Trials async. The Trials part of it is mostly over. I don't know that there's gonna be anything that's like super scary anymore. This seed was very kind. And I have a white mage, I have a black mage, I have 2 Cecils. One of them has a crystal sword. It is permadeath, which is potentially scary, but otherwise this has mostly turned into just kind of full clear things, and we'll be okay. Assuming the Darkness Crystal isn't in the Fame Arch. Because Golbez is there. Well, the guards aren't going to be that bad, but Golbez could be nasty without wall. Worm doesn't learn wall till level 44. Gosh. I guess I can do a self-cave grind. If I need to. That is not who I wanted to berserk. Oh dear. That is absolutely not who I wanted to berserk. I'm so used to there being someone in the middle slot. There isn't. Well, Palom, you might be taking a nap, actually. Yeah, because I don't really want you, I don't want you doing things. I don't want you hitting things. So we're gonna go ahead and cure Palom's Berserk the old-fashioned way. He's fine. He'll get over it. He'll be fine. Yeah, Berserk that way. Please and thank you. Just in case you get punched. Oh good, you hit Porum. Porum is fine. Okay, cool, we made it through Maiwan and Friends. Oh boy, a Protect Ring! But it is an objective. Okay, let's get out of this tower. I have full cleared. Only checks left on the blue planet are Sealed Cave, Sylph Cave, Trap Chests, and Baymarch bosses. Oh, and Barren Basement. I could probably do Barren Basement now. It's just Baigen. That's probably fine at this point, honestly. I might do that before Sylph. Sylph's a decent grind, but Porum doesn't have enough float yet. So yeah, I think I will do Barren Basement next. The lack of float in wall is quite obnoxious. Yay! More crystal armor! Okay. I know Baigen's here in the basement. Baigen's not that scary. We'll be fine. Porum is still absurdly fast. She's just 2 levels away from float. So after this, I think I'll feel better about heading to Sylph Cave. Because we'll definitely get float while we're in Sylph Cave. We'll probably get to wall while we're in Sylph Cave. Do I need Dark Matter still? I don't really. But sure. Let's open some boxes. Technically, I need 2 more. Well, I guess I'll open boxes while I'm here. Okay. Baigen, let's deal with you. You kinda hurt. No, not armor. Berserk, please. You don't need the turn. Get that one going. Quake. He's hurt. Pretty bad. I don't want to blink him. Thank you, Palom. I'm so glad I kept you, instead of taking a third Zerker. Go, go, Crystal Sword Cecil. Okay, no Vampire Arm is fine. Porum just dodged, because Porum is a dodge queen. She also does have a white shirt and a crystal ring and a ribbon, so, I mean, that's fair. He has a lot of evasion. I would love this Quake to fire before the explode. Thank you. Thank you, Palom, for being good at your job. Everyone survives. And I will take my levels. And that Samurai Shield is not worth walking out. The experience is not worth it. We're gonna get more from a single Sylph chest, so we'll just go do Sylph. Because I don't want to do the Fey March until I get Wall. This is fine. Oh, no one got turned into a toad. Wonderful. Just don't Toad Palom. That's all I'm asking. You butt. Those are like the two people I did not want you to Toad. Dear Cecil. We'll heal up Palom in a bit. Or not. That's fine. I mean, you may as well toss him a heal pot, but I should have thought there. Annoying, but fine. Alan, go for your Quake. You got the Quake off. Excellent. Fight's over. There's our level up. Tiara. Interesting. Yeah, we can give you a tiara. Palom, you can have the ribbon, I guess. Let's go the back way. Where I meant to step. Okay. I'm gonna take lots of damage here. Plenty of healing. Great monsters, that's good. I wonder if we get that off in time. We definitely don't. That's fine. We shouldn't take that much damage from this. Also Quake. don't think I'll need to queue anything else up. No more spells from you, please. But it doesn't matter because we have Quake. Goodbye. There's Float for Porum. Wonderful. Now you just need 4 more levels to learn Wall. You could use a heal, you could definitely use a heal. One more split, I think will be good. You should not be able to hit anyone with breath. I'm pretty sure every single person in my party is immune to breath. Hey! Lightsaber Cecil managed to defeat a mobile. Wonderful. Orc Robe is useless. We already have that, or better. On everyone that it applies to. Centipedes, not scary at all. Muhammad is not useful. Not for this team. Free Sword Road, don't care. Swap my Cecils, maybe. Yeah, Breath doesn't do anything to us. The Cecils have Zeus Gauntlets on. Well, Palm's got a Rune Ring, and... well, Palm has a ribbon now. Porum's got a Crystal Ring. And a Tiara, so we can't really have a lot of these these effects land on us. Goodbye, Dark Tree Mobiles. Give me your experience. There's Wall. Good, now we can take on Golbez. We go back to the Fey March, and I really do want this life staff. Oh my goodness. Finally. Porum has a staff that boosts her wisdom. Or her willpower. Or whatever. We should keep those, actually. Yeah. Gosh dang it. I do the inventory boss, and then I inevitably press the wrong button. Go away. Get out of here. You see arrows aren't. Well, get out of here. Good. Life staff. Go. And that's our third pass. Thanks, P-chests. We'll just do this to top everyone off and give Porum back some MP, because she needs it. We don't need to full MP. But since I'm here, I'm going to finish clearing Sylph Cave. I may as well get a few more levels. They don't hurt. At this point, they really don't hurt. I've already got the 10 key items. So it's not like there's any reason to save any of this experience for later. Let's get it all now. This is going to be my party. Or I think probably the entire rest of the seed. I don't think there's that much that can threaten this party. I don't know, it feels like a pretty balanced party composition. You know, two powerful fighters, a black mage and a white mage. That's all you need. not even worth having you do anything, because they're all going to cast their fire spells. Palom, get a turn, please. Thank you, there's your Quake. They'll all burn up some ticks, casting fire too. And now they're all gone. Goodbye, ghosts. Oh boy! My favorite! Well, I guess we can, logically, we can finally get underground. Oh my goodness. At long last. I feel like there's one more ghost chest in here. I think I've seen everything else, though. Yeah, there's one more ghost chest. I don't know why you went first, but okay, we'll take it. Get rid of one of the ghosts, sure. Don't need the magma key for an objective, so it's just gonna sit in my inventory. But that's okay. Okay, ghosts done. That Sylph Cave cleared. Now it's all down to the Fey March and Sealed Cave. Or I can just go to the moon now. I think I'm gonna go to the moon. Well, the giant, but then we'll go to the moon. I think we'll leave the Fey March and the Fey March bosses in the Sealed Cave for later. They're not important. I have 2 moon objectives. I have 3 boss hunts that I'm still trying to do. And that's all I have to do other than Forge. I think I typoed my classic Forge objective, so it's not on my tracker, unfortunately, but that's okay. I think the moon is correct here. The only key item I'm really looking for at this point is the Legend Sword. The Twin Harp might be nice, sure, but it might be valuable. It might be required. I do not need the pink tail or the spoon. I cannot require them. I know my Fey March bosses are not value. I don't know what the boss in Sealed Cave is, so that is an outstanding boss hunt, but I'm willing to leave that alone because the doors are on. And doors are annoying. So, we're gonna gear up for the giant. Yeah, we should be fine. I shouldn't need to heal. We get a free heal for the element spot, so I'm not that scared. We'll take out the last arm chest while we're here. It is a fairly high value check. And we do still need the Legend Sword. For go mode. But we need to complete the Giant of Babel anyway, so we may as well do this. We'll probably get the last dark matters we need here, or between here and Coco's Forge. But I shouldn't need to go looting anymore. I might take on hairdryers before I take on the rest of the moon, but we should be geared up. With Wall, I don't think that we're that scared of anything at this point. Wall is like the last big spell that like you really need for some bosses. But Porum has Wall, so we're good. Right. Go ahead and Berserk him. Oh no! Palom's not gonna get to act in this fight. Whatever will I do? I'm actually gonna Cure 3 up, just to make sure our mages don't die. Not that I need to, apparently. Okay, we're fine. I just want to make sure Palom didn't have a chance of dying. There's the Twin Harp. I mean, that's good. I wasn't looking for that necessarily, but I guess I'll take it. I might do that before I go. I need to open boxes still. I need dark matters. We're still... No, we don't need dark matters. Never mind. I'm good on dark matters. We can ignore all the boxes. We are done with boxes. I have 30 dark matters. Okay, yeah, I might chase the Twin Harp. I don't know. It's tough. I feel like I should at least base check the entire moon first. You're 31 agility, 31 agility. Yeah, they're both 31 agility. Is that good? I think that's fine. Trying to think what the RA2 breakpoint is of 89 or whatever. 2/5. Yeah, no, if this is an RA2 boss. This boss is going to be RA2. I think I can handle the viruses here. I think I can handle the viruses here. So yeah, we're going to do this. You are not going to take... No, you can attack, actually. Well, you're going to parry for now, but... Yeah, we'll have to have Porum on healing duty, pretty aggressively. But yeah, I can handle the viruses here, and I'd rather just do quad 9s to them than take this slow. Porum, make sure my party is safe. Alum, you do a bit of extra damage with Quakes. It's not going to be that much, but it'll help. Cecil will keep doing quad 9s. You're not doing nearly quad 9s, but we may as well berserk you because... Yeah, Porum is... We're fine. We can handle these viruses. Oh no, 600 damage. That's like kind of scary a little bit. Like, I need to heal him now. Not urgently, but I will. Yeah, this is completely fine. Oh no! Okay, Porum is actually in a tiny bit of danger, maybe. And that Cecil is hurting. We'll probably want to Cure 3 up. But Quake, great. More damage to everything. Crystal Sword Cecil, could you maybe hit the front one? Oh no, 100 damage. Okay, good, you spread that out. Thank you. Crystal Sword Cecil did not cooperate, and single targeted one of them, so now we're gonna have to deal with fire counters, but we should be fine. I maybe did not want to Zerk Lightsaber Cecil. That could be bad. Quake is probably still enough damage. It's a pretty solid Palom. It's 4,000 damage, that's worth it, I guess. Lightsaber Cecil's probably not, but... Crystal Sword Cecil is absolutely worth it. The fire counters here might actually be the bad thing. Yeah. I need to just hope Crystal Sword Cecil has this at this point. It does not. Anyone gonna survive this? Oh my god. Palom, thank you. You don't do anything, right? Yeah, you don't do anything if I don't do anything to you. You literally do nothing if I don't do anything to you. Single target, single D-Lunar after you triggered their virus script doesn't do anything. Fun fact. So I can just sit here and wait and heal up. The only thing it does is counter anything, any damage with fire. But I can just sit here, take my time. Thank you, Palom, for surviving that fire with 3 hit points. Real MVP. Okay, there we go. Lots of levels. Porum has Cure 4 now. That's probably important. Fatal and Weak are also nice spells to have. See? No problem. Who needs anchoring? I don't need anchoring, we'll just charge into everything with 31 agility Cecils, it's fine. Save on a different slot. There's nothing here that I'm super scared of. I guess Knazo there could have been really scary. That would have been really, really bad. If that was like Knazo. Or DKC. Oh, this is... Come on, game. Really? You're not even trying. You're not even trying to give me a hard time. Oh no! It's Dark Elf! That was not a crystal sword that I just swung. That's a crystal sword. It is no free bosses, so we can't just do that. Oh no! Oh, that actually kind of hurt. Good thing we have lots of hit points and lots of good armor. Oh, Dark Elf. I mean, you did nerf the experience, which is annoying, but we still got White and Nuke, so I don't really care. Dark Elf. Not just complete. Dark Elf is just completely not a threat. Like, I have Holy Swords. Nothing. Dark Elf is super easy there. And that's like one of the last scary, really, really scary spots. I mean, there are a few places where DKC could be really annoying. But DKC can only gate the Legend Sword at this point, as far as progression goes. There's no other progression that DKC can gate. I think I will go for Moon first, at least the Moon bosses. Because I know that I'm going to have to go up there. I don't know that I'm going to have to do the Twin Harp. We will probably dip into... I can put hair dryers off. We'll do LST, hair dryers, Cave Bahamut, I think, as a sequence. Then Harp, if that... Oh, LST, not including the chests. Very important distinction. I am not touching a single Lunar Subterranean Trap chest. The LST has such abysmal odds of having progression that it's just not worth it. Like, it's just completely not worth it to bring, to take on any of the really annoying chests. Like, I don't want to fight double red dragons or Bimmy and Jimmy. I don't need to fight them. I'm sorry, Duplicate Palom, you are way too late. I already have my big spells. I do not want a base level Palom. Fortunately, it's permajoined, so I don't even get the option to take him. Which is very nice. Also, we do only get 4 characters for this seed. But yeah, I'm not even going to touch a single chest here. We are beelining it for the Murasame altar. I should really do the bottom first, because those are my objectives, but we're going to do Mura first. Just because. And I do want to clear these because they're actually somewhat decent chances of having key items. Really, the Legend Sword is probably in either... It's either on one of these altars, or it's in Magnus Sealed Cave. It is almost certainly not... that was the wrong Berserk target. I Berserked Lightsaber Cecil instead of Crystal Sword Cecil. How unfortunate. Palom, I'm disappointed. 6,000 damage on a nuke? Are you kidding me, Palom? You're better than that. I know you're better than that. You can do better than this. Palom, please! You're letting me down. Oh my goodness, Palom. That is disappointing. I mean, I'm not gonna reset because I'd have to watch the character cutscene again. We'll just keep moving. We got a neat spear that I don't have any interest in using ever. I'm disappointed. I mean, I guess... Well, no, he has a rune ring, he has a Sork robe, he has a change rod. I don't know. I am going to say he low-rolled, because those felt like very low-roll nukes. Those did not feel like good nukes. Okay, we have completed the Giant of Babel. We have our Dark Matters already. We're going to do Crystal Sword and White Spear. I'll do White Spear first. Yeah, we should do Crystal Sword first, actually. Yeah, let's just do Crystal Sword. Get it out of the way. It is an objective, after all. I do have to do it no matter what. Like, Ribbon Room and Masa Altar I could fade, potentially, if I pull a Legend Sword. Because that... and I find my bosses. Which I don't think is possible. I need to find... but I could, like, not bother fighting them. Because, at this point, I don't need to fight them if I find the Legend Sword. Roddy is gone. We mark off Giant of Babel. I do kind of want the experience, I guess, just for extra security versus Zeromus, but it's not that important. Oh, Mylon. Oh, poor Mylon. Oh no. Mylon's about to have a very bad day. That's annoying. Let's not be poisoned. That's a better nuke roll. It's not good, but it's better. Yeah, bye Mylon Z. That's that boss hunt, and that objective. You know what? I'll take it. Thanks, Seed. Finally. A real holy sword. For our second Cecil. Now all we need is a power shirt for him. And then he'll be amazing. I figured we would run into one eventually. Like, I wasn't that worried, which is why I wasn't worried about taking him, and the lightsaber is decent enough to hang on to. Like, it's good. Lightsaber was good enough to hang on to the second Cecil. And I figured I'd, you know, we're gonna take him eventually, may as well. I don't think I need to heal. Mylon Z kind of didn't do anything. Let's just take on the White Spear altar. This is required. And then the other things are only required for Legend Sword / boss. Legend Sword hunting and boss hunting, but there's a boss, so that's cool. Wonderful. We found another boss. This is why we came to the moon. Because what if all the boss hunt objectives are just up here? This is the second double I found in a row. Inazo, you're not gonna last long enough. I don't think you get the wave off here. I think we do too much damage. Oh, you do get the wave off. Oh no! So scary. Anyway. I guess I'll take this level up, sure. Oh my gosh! Well, we're in boss hunt mode. Wonderful. We are in face check mode. So I'm not healing anymore because the only thing I have to fight is Pale Doom. Dang it, I checked off Pale Doom. I didn't mean to check off Pale Doom. Nope. No thank you, Odin. We're not gonna fight you. I don't need to. I am literally the only thing I need to do is find Pale Doom. And then go forge, turn in my Dark Matters, and fight Zeromus. So we're gonna check this spot, and then we bail on the moon. And we go for Twin Harp. Because if it's not here, it's at either Harp or Sealed Cave. Those are the only boss spots left. I paled him. Okay, we're done. Seed is over. Palm's getting a little low. We might want to throw out a heal. Okay. Thank you for not hitting Palom. Let's heal up the Cecils as well. Orm's got enough willpower. Or Palom just will kill Pale Doom. That works too. Well, we are done. Oh boy! It's French vanilla. Okay, let's throw some things away that I do not need. Because there is no point in holding... we'll hold on to the Heroine Robe. And the Assassin Dagger, actually. That's really good agility manipulation. But yeah, there's no way I'll need any of those things. I guess we get to find out what music is after the seed, because I don't need to do music anymore. Get me out of this lunar subterrane. Because we should be in go mode. All I need to do is forge. Turn in my dark matter. On the way, probably. We'll get the crystal. We'll check to see if there's like a Stardust Rod in the Cocoa Shop. Because that would be nice. Or a Charm Rod. I would take either. I guess do we give Palom a Protect Ring over the Rune Ring? I honestly don't know. I don't think it's worth it for Zeromus. I think the Rune Ring is better. Just for the extra stats. I'm definitely leaving the Crystal Ring on Porum. That's certain. Like, Porum is not changing any of her gear. I forgot to turn in my Dark Matters first. That's okay. I'll turn them in on the way to the Pass Door. Take my Adamant, take my Legend Sword. Turn them into a nothing. Actually turn them into the X-Scal that I got at the Crystal Sword Altar. I don't want any of that. No thank you. No thank you, Coco. I don't want any of your forage items. They're all bad. I guess we're gonna nerf with a nuke, because we don't have silk webs. Yeah. I think we're nerfing with a nuke. Berserking Crystal Sword Cecil. Obviously. Nerfing with a nuke. I probably want to take the Ninja Hat off of Excal Cecil. Yeah, probably. There we go. Done. We have the crystal. No Pinktail, no Spoon, I don't care. This is actually a very fast lit 3 seed, oh my goodness. There are many seeds where I don't get to this point till like 3 hours in, and we're here, we're gonna sub 230 this. What the heck? Okay. 37 agility is absolutely terrible. Let's take this down a bit. Yeah, let's give you a Dragoon helmet. And I'm gonna start you with the Dwarf Axe, I think. That puts you at 29, which is great. Palom, we're gonna give you the Ninja Hat. For the extra speed. Yeah, that'll work. I'm gonna speed up Palom there rather than Porum, I think, and we'll be fine. The ribbon is not super important. We have 3 passes. Yes, I do have a pass. I have 3 of them. Let me in. It is that time of the seed to ask the question. Whose butt are we gonna kick? It is a mystery butt. Let's see, what other bosses did we see? We know Golbez and the Kaipo guards were in the Fey March, which leaves DKC, Dr. Luge, King Queen, and Bahamut split between... Oh, Cape Bahamut, Sealed Cave, Harp, and not in the seed. Okay. I did not mistrack my bosses. We just didn't check Cape Bahamut. I didn't do hair dryers. Oh my gosh. I finished a lit 3 seed without even touching the hairdryer's chest. What is this? Okay. Let's see. You're going to throw the crystal. Yep, that's fine. You're second. Go ahead and berserk him. He's already got his weapon. Get me a Crystal Sword Cecil going burr. I like that. He's a Crystal Sword Cecil with 37 agility. So he's, you know, faster than our existing Cecil. Oh, it's Armos. Or Armus, I guess. We're gonna do Armus Miss. We're gonna do a direct nuke just to get the nerf, because I'm not confident that I can get a slow off in time, so we'll just do a direct nuke. Make sure that we get a nerf. Porum, not ideal, but she'll survive. She will survive. Yes, she survives. I'm gonna prioritize berserking this Cecil. Alum, you can toss Porum a Cure 3. Yeah, go ahead and toss that. We want Excal Cecil zerked as well. He still has... Gosh dang it, Palom. Why are you slow? I was expecting you to get that off. Oh, Porum still survived. Good job, Porum. Porum the MVP. Yeah, let's go ahead and wall you. Because I don't know that we're going to take another Big Bang. I mean, our Zerker, our Excal Cecil is not very fast. And yeah, no one else needs healing other than Palom, so we'll just queue things up. And just bombard Zeromus with spells. It's great. This is fine. This is a Z fight. I don't feel great about Palom's hit points. Let's heal him. I would like him to not go down. Porum is probably fine. She has a white shirt, a tiara, and a crystal ring. I would hope that she's fine. The Cecils are out of any possibility of being taken out by a Big Bang, so they should be fine as well. Let's keep casting spells. I'm not even gonna nerf this, whatever. Crystal Sword Cecil Gobert. Big spell. Just gonna keep hurling spells. We've got them, so let's use them. You know? Oh, we're done. I'm gonna call that a 229 flat. Wow. That was a significantly faster seed than I was expecting. My goodness. Okay. Let's see what this time looks like. Thanks for the GG's, Escront and Plays with Dolls. And Warlink, I think that's a GG. Yeah, that's a GG. It just hadn't loaded in the emote. But thank you. Thanks to the GG's are in war. Let's put this time in. I'm calling it a 229 flat, I think. I think that's actually when the flash happened. Would help if I remembered to type the done before I put my time in. I'm expecting not to be the fastest, but okay, not bad. See, I just, don't care. I'll use the timer, whatever. Oh, Vanilla Fashion rolled on you. So our flag set was Classic Forge, Classic Giant, Dark Matter Fiends. Then the objectives we rolled. Boss CPU, Troya Treasury, Ruby. We rolled Boss Rubicant, which got wiped out by Fiends. Kara Cecil, Boss Paledin, Quest Burn Mist, Quest Crystal Altar, Quest White Altar, Wreck All, Win Crystal, K-Main, Summon Moon, Trap Unsafe, Force Hook, no free. Which is why I was fine just diving the hook route and fading Fabul. P chests, C standard, no free, distinct 7. Start Tella, restrict Edge, Fu, and Cecil. J spells and abilities, Neki, Party 4, Buy, Permajoin, Permadeader. T Pro, Sparse 50, no J. What were our distinct 7? Oh, we did find all 7. It was Cecil, Kane, Tella, Edward, Palom, Porum, and Sid. I think I ended up with probably one of the best combinations of those characters. 2 Cecils, Palom, and Porum, I think is probably the best with what I had. S Pro, unsafe, no J, apples, or sirens. B standard, unsafe, alt gauntlet, no free. E toggle, keep doors behemoths, no J drops, can't run, no XP. No adamants, no cursed. Vanilla, agility, fashion, grow up, and giant. Oh, excuse me. Okay, let's find out what the music was, because we never got to do that. Yeah, I feel like, so far I am in first place, which feels good. But this seed really did not take many people more than 3 hours. Which I'm not surprised by. I got lucky with my fades, and fading the Fey March was a great play for me. Oh boy!